Before I start this video, I just want to say I recently made channel memberships a thing, so if you want to consider supporting this channel a lot more, consider becoming a member. You get to see exclusive content, and also you have more of a say in the types of videos that I post. Anyway, on to the actual video. So Quacks, so we got another finished sketchbook tour, and this one is super duper colorful, and also a lot of the pages are like fully decorated, so this one should be a fun tour. It is a little bit chunky, but not like super chunky, because it doesn't have a lot of pages in it, so unfortunately it doesn't rank too highly on the chunky meter, but it does still have that nice look to it. Anyway, so let's just dive right in. So first we have like the opening page spread. I don't really look at this page too much because it gets kind of stuck on this because of all the glue and whatnot, but yeah, this is supposed to be like a candy themed sketchbook, so I love it. I love how bright and colorful it is. I just went ham. Anyway, so this is the first spread, and as you can see, I was already going nuts. These are all referenced from like Pinterest and Twitter, I think. I really like how this came out. It's really cute. Snoopy, we love Snoopy. And then this was from Pinterest, I believe. I was like practicing rendering, and I think this looks pretty decent. And then here is just like old stickers, I think, from my laptop that I just took off and then I put in here so that it didn't go to waste. I really loved this like stickers. It was supposed to be a Death Note. It was from Meme Dokies, and I'm really sad that it faded away on my laptop, but had to salvage Light and a little bit of Misa. Unfortunately, L got completely obliterated, as you can see. He's gone. So yeah, and then this is a sketch of a outfit that I made in Life Makeover during the Silent Wizard event, which is basically where you just dress up other people's characters. And yeah, this is just a bunch of stickers and whatnot. This was just a random page. I was gonna put something here, but I just never did. This was for a short. It's alright looking, I guess. This was cutouts from Life Makeover. Happy sweet dream. I don't know what that means. I was just trying to go for something cute. Yeah, some people thought these were like from like some sort of thing or like stickers. No, they're just stuff that I printed out myself. Like, this is something I've been doing with Life Makeover recently, is that I've just been like taking pictures of my characters and then just cutting them out and using them in my collages, and I think that's really fun. It's a nice way to utilize the game, I guess. So yeah, another spread where I was gonna put something on it but I never did. It's nice looking though. Here we have the Happy 9K spread. This was definitely very fun to do, but I will admit the entire process of drawing everything took forever. I still love how this came out though. It's very satisfying to do this and look at. Honestly, it's really such a vibe looking back on it, Crazy that I'm already at 10K. Feels like just yesterday it was at 9K. So, I really love this page. It's probably one of my favorite spreads. Just kidding, this is actually one of my favorite spreads. Okay, so I was trying to do something where like I was corresponding different parts of Usahana with like different colors. Usahana is one of my favorite Sanrio characters. I think she's criminally underrated because no one ever talks about her. She didn't win the like character popularity poll thing, and I really want her to, because holy shit, she deserves it, because no one ever talks about her, and she has such a cute and fun character design. Look at her, she is so adorable. Yeah, no one fucks with her, and I'm like, guys, look at her, she's so cute. Yes, My Melody is cute. Yes, Karomi is cute, and the ugly dog is cute that always has his butthole showing. I'm just kidding, but no, but seriously, what is up with Pompor doing that? Anyway, yeah, like, she's adorable, and I love her, and she deserves all the love in the world. So yeah, Usahana. This is peak, actually. OC Doodles, this is Flora and Fuette. They're like kind of a couple, I guess. Flora is like, they're both traveling together, but they both don't know what they're doing. They're kind of like a female version of Lazo and Mir, except they're not as stupid, I guess. Like, they're a little bit more competent. Flora is more like cocky and like wants to look more independent, and Florette is also like trying to be independent. They're both basically just, they're runaways in a way. They want to be more independent and just like kind of live their own lives and have their own adventures and whatnot, instead of being bound by like their families. And yeah, Florette is has a huge crush on Flora. They do get together at some point, you know. It's very cute. And then we have Flora as a horse because she's a unicorn. Horse, pretty horse. So this page, I mentioned in a short where I didn't like it because actually I don't have a least favorite page in this sketchbook, to be honest. Like, the only ones that I'm like not the biggest fan of aren't really pages. They're just like collages that I never finished. So yeah, anyway, I just wasn't happy with the marker smudge, but that was my fault. Anyway, so this is just Mother Ethel and Alice, and Alice is hugging Mother Ethel, and it's supposed to be like Alice when she's a little bit younger, which is kind of why she looks so, which is why she's more like, I don't know, cutesy, like, I don't know. It was just an idea of like Alice hugging Ethel and she's just looking at her like, ugh, get off of me. Because she just has so many conflicting feelings about Alice. And man, one day I'm going to finish writing all this and make a lore video about them. And it's going to be a very, very intensive one unless I split into parts. But anyway, I like how this came out though. Had to do a lot of building up to get the red onto the black without it looking too desaturated. And yeah, pretty neat. I was too lazy to like actually ink it, which is why I did all this extra crap. But it looks good in the end though. I feel like if I had actually like did some liner, it might have looked a little bit better, but eh. So this is my OC Bluebell, and she's holding a flip phone. I don't like how this looks. This is kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie. But it was supposed to be her holding like a flip phone, and she has like these little Z's, has like a chain. I was gonna add more, but I never did. I just don't like how her mouth looks, or like her anything. It just, ugh, we're gonna move on. Okay, so this is also kind of ugly, I'm sorry. So I was trying to draw like what Pulcella's parents would look like, and I just, no. A cutout, and then just more doodles and whatnot. Yeah, this was actually supposed to be like a redraw of this character design they made as like an April Fool's joke. It was supposed to be like one of those Mary Sue like really ugly character designs, but I was trying to make it look good, or I was trying to like design it in a way where it's like kind of a competent design. But I never really like did anything with this character. I don't know if I ever will, but it was just a fun idea, I guess. I don't know. Here we have Blue Birthday and Philotea, but it's a roll swap AU. So in this AU, basically, Blue Birthday is Saru, and he is an angel. It's basically like a similar thing, except Saru isn't a like angel that lost his lover. It's more of like, I think it was more of just a friend, and Philotea is, instead of being called Pink Birthday, it's called Pink Party. I just think it matches. I don't know. And yeah, I really love how this spread looks. It's very colorful. I'm just not a fan of how the Saru looks. It's really ugly. It really kills my vibe. I'm not gonna lie. I should have made it more pastel, but whatever. Yeah, and I'm aware that Philotea looks like Pinkie Pie. I mean, that was kind of the intention, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so this was for the start of Mermaid, except I stopped because I felt a lot of pressure to like continue doing it, and also I was just like, I'm not vibing with it, you know, like the prompts really just don't appeal to me a lot of the time, and also I spent so much time on all these only for a lot of them to get smudged, and whatever, I'm gonna move on. Zine sketches, I don't mind sharing these because I want a completely different idea, so it's whatever. And then this is a doodle, stick figure doodle, and then it's another mermaid thing where it's a mermaid drinking tea. So yeah, with this sketchbook, I went ham with making every page look like really aesthetic and like scrapbooky, because I was just like, I don't know, something about this book just motivates me to like make it as colorful and crazy as possible. I don't know why, but I enjoyed it, and that's what I felt like doing. So yeah. Okay, I do like these. I think they're pretty decent. Not really the biggest fan of this dude right here, but the short that I posted him with did turn out pretty well. Like, it had a decent amount of views. I would say that this is probably my favorite. I just love how crazy she looks. She just looks like, I'm about to eat some fish. And then, yeah, for some reason her tail is all chopped up and whatnot. Maybe it's a metaphor for like cannibalism or something. Ooh, spooky. And then here we have a catfish, like an actual catfish. I don't know how that works. I feel like that'd be a lot of conflicting things. Like if you're a cat, like a cat girl, but you're also a mermaid. Like how does that work? You know, like would you eat yourself? Like what do you mean? Anyway, then there's this cute mermaid who's like blowing bubbles. I guess I don't know. I was going for like a more of a chibi-ish look, which is why she looks so squishy. She looks like a gummy bear or something. Just wanna, you know. Here we have another mermaid. She's in a bathtub. This was a attempt at doing a life drawing or something like from a photo. With acrylic markers, it didn't turn out the best. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to like do sort of a blocky thing where I was just practicing coloring, like kind of laying down everything, but it didn't turn out too great. Anyway, then there's this page, I don't know, just random shit, like this is old art and this was just a doodle, and this is from our door because our doorbell was broken for some reason, and I don't know, it just stopped working. I mean, our house is like 30 something years old, so I'm not surprised that it stopped, but yeah. Okay, now this spread, this is a pretty fun and really nice looking spread. I was practicing drawing buildings because I do not draw buildings or backgrounds too much. I avoid them like the plague, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this forever, you know, like, sure, I could, kind of, but like, I want to get better at it so I can draw characters and environments and whatnot, so I was like, I'm gonna practice and just draw from, like, references and just, you know, so I think for me, I think something that could help with some people who are really reluctant with drawing buildings or, like, I don't know, any sort of, like, not backgrounds is just to draw stuff from, like, doll houses or things that are more simplistic, or for things like, for example, the way the Animal Crossing villagers' houses look. You know, draw something that's like simple but like cutesy because it's more appealing on the eyes. It's a bit more, you can kind of decipher the shapes a bit more. But yeah, that's what I did, and this was from like something I found on Pinterest. And same with these. You know, I want to get better at like drawing it, so eventually I can make better art. And I'm really happy with how this came out. It's not perfect, like wasn't perfectly proportional and all that. That's a thing I still struggle with, but I'll give credit where credit is due. This came out pretty well. So this is a character design that that was inspired by a dream that I had. It was a really weird dream, and it was from a nap of all things, which I find really weird. But anyway, it's supposed to be like this magical girl, and she's an artist, and she has like she's like really OP for like a magical girl. Like she could draw things into reality, and she also she had the ability to like erase her injuries, I think, or at the very least she could like erase them aesthetically. Like she could still be injured, but like she could wipe it away. Like I think in the dream she was like redrawing her mouth or something, or she was like erasing the blood in her face because she got injured, and I was just like, oh, that is sick. That is a sick idea for a character. So I tried drawing her out, and she's supposed to be like a mixture of like different arts, like you can see here, this could be like sewing or whatever, and then this is like kind of related to that, but also like more scrapbooky, crafty type stuff. And then the paper, that could be, you know, drawing on paper, doodles. And then this is supposed to be measuring tape. And then these clothes are all like cloths, you know, like costume design. This is not supposed to be vomit. It's supposed to, I know you probably didn't think that, but like it looks like it. It's supposed to just be paint splatter, but I picked a really ugly color. But also the marker just didn't like brighten enough, so it looks very muddy and I hate it. But yeah, she's supposed to look more like it's supposed to be like aesthetically pleasing paint splatter. I could make it a different color, maybe make it like purple or something. Actually, yeah, purple would have worked much better. Why did I do this? Anyway, she's really cool. I might make her into an OC one day, but for now she's kind of in the shelving part of my OC brain. So yeah, doodles of some of my family members, my brothers, and then my mom. This was on Father's Day. We were just eating at the table and I was drawing. I don't know, I guess for me it's like, instead of being on my phone, I would just like to doodle instead. I mean, I guess that's not it's not great, but it's like I'd rather draw at the table than to be on my phone. But anyway, then another mermaid doodle. This is just a rainbow mermaid, I guess. I don't know. And then here we have Lulu, but as one of the Chikawa characters. I don't know. I haven't watched that series. People keep talking about it, so I drew her like that. Also, I realized that this is actually upside down. I didn't realize it was that way until like I looked a little closer. So yeah, I don't know. It's cute. It's just some random cutout that I got. Sometimes on Pinterest, I'll just print out like those sticker sheets and then just use them in my sketchbook. They don't turn out as the best quality since, you know, it's from like a regular printer and it's not like super high quality a lot of the time, but it's whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not the biggest fan of this spread. I didn't do anything here because I was just like, I gave up, you know. I was trying to like draw, but like in a way where I was just outlining using just the shapes of the Artix markers, but it just didn't work. And then this was another mermaid thing, and then these are all just like old arts that I just glued on because initially there was nothing there, but I was just like, I need something to be here because this was like the emptiest page in the sketchbook. The other pages where it was like collage paper, it doesn't count because it's stuff on there, but it was all empty space, and I was like, I just need something to fill it, you know. So I put all this random shit here, and I called it a day. Okay, so we're getting into some like interesting territory, you know, a lot more gluing random shit together. Okay, this is not yum. Okay, there's this inside joke like Fred's or whatever, and there was like just it's a lot to explain, but basically just the joke is pregnant Homelander. I don't watch The Boys. It was a stupid joke. And there's gonna be more on that later. Trust me, it's not as bad as you think it is, okay? But yeah. And then this was me trying to redesign this moth character that one of my friends designed for me for Art Fight a few years ago. Except I was trying to make her look more moth-like because initially she looked very like more human than moth, at least in like the face, and I wanted her face to look more mothy. And so this was like kind of the end result, except when I drew her out, she does look a little bit mothy, but she ended up looking more like a Littlest Pet Shop character. But then I was like, actually, I like this look to her. Like she has like really big eyes, and like she doesn't have a nose, but like she looks mothy and like in a girly 2000s toy sort of way, and I kind of vibe with it. Okay, so those sketches that I'm covering are for a zine, and those were like more related to what I actually went with, so I'm going to cover that just to, I don't know, I'm just being safe, I guess. I'm being weird. But anyway, here's a doodle of Mystery Meats. Very cute. It's so weird seeing like, okay, so Mystery Meats anatomy is so weird, and seeing them with like just the shirt, and then you see this little thing right here, it just looks so, you know? But Anyway, yeah, we love Mystery Meat in this house. Very cute. And then here we have Barry So Sweet, who's just kind of being evil. These are just crappy doodles. I love this. This face looks so fucking goofy. She's like, she looks so fucking goofy. And then here, I was trying to make her run, but like it just looks so bad. But yeah, she's like running with toast in her mouth, and then here she looks evil, and then here she's holding knives, and ugh, the hands look so bad. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, we love Barry So Sweet as well. Iconic character. Even though I haven't even written her backstory, I still love her so much. Okay, so this is kind of weird, but like these are all references from Pinterest. Like this was from like some fashion designer who designed this like these clothes where they're like button themed, I guess. I can't think of the word for it, but yeah. And then this was just based off of something I saw. It was like a figurine. It was very, very adorable, and just it had such a friendly and like wholesome look to it. It almost made me cry because of how sweet it looked. I was just like, oh. I feel bad though, I didn't do it justice in this doodle, but whatever. And this is based off of like a statue or something, or like a sculpture. And I know it looks really weird, but also I was trying to practice with like different proportions, you know, like body types and whatnot. And no, this is not what you think it is. It was literally like completely nothing there. So yeah, I do like how it looks. Like the feet are kind of they're little fucks, but like at the same time it looks decent, you know. This is a page. Like I could have added some decorations here, but I didn't. And then here we have the worst look, the chalkiest watercolor I've ever used in my entire life. So I was at this event, and I spun a wheel, and they gave me this like free like tiny little watercolor palette, and at first I was like super happy because it's like, oh yay, watercolor. So I decided to use it, except this watercolor was so chalky when it dried. I hate it so much. It like, look, okay, so I know there's like the Artist Loft watercolor cake set or whatever that has it, and it's also a little bit chalky, but like this is ultra chalky. Like it should not do that. I hate that. I hate chalky watercolors. I hate it so much, but it wasn't professional or anything. It was probably from like a dollar store, you know, if they're going to be giving them away for free at like an event. So yeah, so I drew this really ugly bunny fairy creature. I don't know, it's weird. I like drawing like flesh lumps for some reason. It's just really fun because it's like a repetitive and like weird thing that I just enjoy. I don't know, it's weird, but I love it. I really want to make more weird art again. Like, that was like kind of my thing, and I just kind of stopped doing it, and I need to do it more again. More doodles and cutouts and stuff. Like, all the cutouts are old art. Some people kissing, character design idea that I had, just a stick figure doodle of what he looks like. And then so this is like an inside joke where one of my friends was like, oh, Mother Ethel looks like Teto, or like he kept saying that Mother Ethel was Teto, and I'm like, no, she is not Teto. She's so I drew her as Teto, and she's really pissed off because she's like, no, I'm not Kasani Teto. They don't look that similar. Like, Teto's hair is like more of a reddish pink, and Ethel's is like red, so I don't see the semblance, but whatever. So yeah, just doodles, and this is just really funny. I'm not even gonna give the context for it. I'm just gonna have this be here for a few seconds.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
Ah shit, here we go. The fucking Labubu's. Okay, I really don't understand like all this nonsense with it, but I think they're really cute. I don't see the hate behind them. Anyway, so some doodles. This is initial sketch of what Bendelweiss will look like. New OC, haven't really done much with her, but yeah, it was something I made in Life Makeover for Styling Wizard, and I just fell in love with the design. I was like, I need to make this to a character. And then this is, it's Gnomelander. It's Homelander, but he's a gnome. Isn't that funny, guys? Homelander, Gnomelander. And then we have just stuff, nothing much to say there. Another just doodly spread of sorts, mixture of cutouts and stuff. So this is not like, this is recent art. So this is a weird idea that I had, and my idea was just like, oh, it's like Strawberry Shortcake, but she's like prehistoric or whatever. Like Strawberry Shortcake, but as a caveman, and I don't know, just something really weird idea. And then here she has like a bite out of her strawberry hat. I don't know why she's bleeding or why she has blood over her nose. I guess I was being edgy. I don't like this. I hate this. I'm gonna ignore that. And then this was a doodle of someone's Life Makeover avatar, except it looks a bit more, I don't know, a little bit more exaggerated in the the original. And here is just some, these are all old cutouts. This is like super duper old. This is like 20, I'm gonna take a guess and say maybe like 2014 levels of old. Like, holy shit, this is old. And yeah, I just cut it out because I was like, whatever, I don't know. The origins of it were just a doodle or something. Yeah, I like how this one looks. She's really cute. I like her vibe. This is me attempting to draw my Animal Crossing villagers, but my hand just wouldn't cooperate, so they all look really ugly except for Shino. Shino was probably like the only decent one. I think the other struggle I was having was that I wasn't sure if I wanted to make them look more animal-like or more human, or like a mix of both. So Shino looks decent because she has like the perfect balance, and I love her. She's really great. I also have Kid Kat, Molly, Kabuki, Molly, Ketchup, Petri, and Judy on my island. These are not all my villagers. I didn't draw the rest of them. I also have Pietro and Zucker on my islands, but I didn't draw them because, again, not much room, and also I was just like, I'm done. I don't need to draw that anymore. This is old art actually from like, I think like 5-ish years ago, and it was for a DTIYS or something like that, and this was recent though. I just glued it in here because I was just like, why not, you know? Might as well. So these are those Kiki and Lala looking kids from that weird dream that I had a few weeks ago, except I ended up completely like redoing everything and making them look completely different. But this is what they looked like initially. They were more uniform, and I don't know what the idea was for them, but I guess once I like kind of went with a different concept, this was just more of a basis. You'll see a little bit later. Anyway, so we have some doodles. This was a fairy that I got from this town fair. It was at a booth. It's really cute. I love her. My nickname for her is Stinkerbell because she literally looks like Tinkerbell. I think that was the intention, was that it was supposed to look like a dark, twisted version of Tinkerbell. And that was like also the artist's style. I was considering making like an OC based off of her, but for the time being, I'm holding off on that. And this was based off of a doll that I had, or like a doll head. It was actually a hair clip. The end of her braids are her hair, so she walks around with the braids, with like her hair is like, I don't know how it keeps her up, but like it's weird. I don't know. She looks pissed because reasons, and there was actual like, okay, it wasn't real, but it was like there was blood on the little bandage on the doll head's like eye. I don't know. It was supposed to be like a cutesy gothic thing. And then here we have K-pop Demon Hunters fan art. Yippee! We have romance and mystery Saja. Right here in the corner, we have baby Saja. We stand baby Saja in this house. Okay, so here's where... Alright, so here's where things get a little bit weird. Alright, so this is the pregnant home... the Homelander stuff. Okay. I'm gonna read this out. It's gonna be very dramatic and funny, okay? Oh no, I am pregunta. Child eliminated. I went out of order. I was supposed to read it. Okay, whatever. Birth. Hunger. I am happy. So happy. Okay, so I think like the entire point was that it was just like, it was like a whole thing, like whole Discord conversation. I can't give all the context, but yeah, it's just really goofy and funny. And then more cutouts, and then Doodles, and here we have the like more refined version of the kids from this page. So this is the green hair girl. So I decided to name her Pipalook, and her whole thing is that she's like this kind of cute but like corrupted girl who got a shooting star that's the shot in her face, well, like in her eye, but I didn't draw that until recently. And also the shooting star in question was also like corrupted from a wish, or like a bad wish, so it kind of fucked her up a little bit, which is why, as you can see here, there's like a little bit of blood coming out of her nose, or it's like some black booze or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, she's a little fucked up, but like overall harmless. And then we have the other three characters. First we have Nod. He's supposed to be just a sleepy boy. I added more color to him instead of him just being all pink. It looked better in the sketch like this, but when I did it digitally, it just didn't feel right because I added more colors, and I feel like the rainbow, but like somewhat pinkish look fit him well. Then here we have Winkin. His nickname is Winks. They also all had star hats, but I kind of just decided to sort of omit that when I was designing them, like finalizing their references. But yeah, he's just, I don't have much to say about him yet. But then we have Mirabeau, and he has a more star thing. His current reference, his hair is styled to look like a star. Here it looks more like Super Saiyan hair. That was kind of intentional, I'm not gonna lie. Like the eyes, like the eyebrows and whatnot, like yeah, it was meant to make him look like a Super Saiyan. And then just some sketches. Oh, this was actually from a dream where I had it's about like this alien keychain thing that you could like customize to like have like the aliens look like a certain way, and I wanted to actually buy one, but so I ended up drawing it. But then when I tried to convert it to CMYK, because I was actually considering making like an actual keychain to get from Vogue Race, the colors were completely butchered, and I was like, I don't feel like fixing this, so that plan was scrapped. K-pop Demon Hunters fan art. We got Rumi, we got the one and only Mira. Oh my goodness, I love her so much. She's my favorite character. I am her number one stan. I love her so much. And then we have Zoe going crazy over the Saja boys. I hate, but also love her expression here. It looks so goofy. Mira's expression looks kind of meh, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, they're just going crazy. And then we have these are thumbnails for a commission my aunt wanted. More thumbnails, and we're getting to the end, and I wouldn't say I gave up, but like art fight started, so I ended up just kind of using the last few pages as kind of sketch stuff, and then do like just random sketches, then doing everything digitally. Here I just doodled this random, very, very generic looking dude. Like, this is the most generic looking dude as possible. Like, everything, he looks so bland. I don't know why I doodled it, but I did. And then yeah, I'm just not gonna go too in depth with the attacks. I'll just link my art fight in the description. Here's just the random collage page. Then this was just a random idea that I had. It popped into my head, and I was like, these stickman-like characters, but they're all representing different emotions: anger, happiness, and sadness. But they have like this sort of theater mask look to them, and I really love it. I don't like how this hand looks. I wish I kind of just left it the way that I was, but whatever. I would say that the yellow one is my favorite, personally. The blue one is also my favorite, but I think the yellow one it came out the best. This is old art from high school. It was from this thing that I found in one of my binders that was in the basement. It was all messed up, unfortunately, so it's in really shitty quality. But I was like, oh my gosh, old art! So I put it in here just to make sure that it was, preserved. And then here we have another one of those Stickman-like characters, except it looks so bad. I hate it so much because I was trying to sketch it out with like just the acrylic markers, and it just, no. I don't even know what the emotions these are supposed to be. Like, it's just, like, what is this? What does this mean, Because green, I think, was more associated with envy or whatever. And then pink is like flirtiness or love or something. I don't know. So this is a flop. I hate it. Ivan. And then there is this interview that Vivinos did recently at the anime expo thing. And basically she mentioned that if Ivan and Huna met, they would have a sibling-like dynamic. So I doodled that really quick. And this was on my birthday. Oh my gosh. Crazy how time passes by so fast, holy shit. So yeah, I just drew Huna messing with Ivan, and it's day 1 because he's probably really annoyed with her. And then this was supposed to be like day, I don't know, 100. And now I love the idea that they're both harassing Till, and Till's like, oh no, both of them are gonna be annoying. No, I feel like they would all have like a sibling thing going on. Like they would all just be goofing off. I think that would be really cute. And yeah, they're gonna pester Till for 3,000th time. Art fight attacks, because I'm very disappointed about this because the person that I wanted to attack, they hid their character as I finished this, and I don't think they've unhidden the character. So like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to submit the attack. Maybe I'll like message them at the end of the art fight if their OC still isn't like unhidden to like show them, because I feel bad that their OC didn't get the art. Like I don't want them to feel bad for doing, because they might be revising it or whatever, but still it may be so sad. And then more sketches and whatnot. Like I'm not gonna go in depth again, you can find it on my art fight. And yeah, this one's pretty sick though. I like this. The character in question though was like really cute looking, and I was like, I'm gonna make this look like the hardest looking pic ever, because why not? And yeah, that's kind of... Oh wait, no. Wait, okay. Oh boy, wait till I tell you about this. It's gonna be crazy. This fucking stupid looking motherfucker right here. He was from a dream that I had. So like, I woke up, had breakfast, went back to sleep because I was tired because of all the carbs and all that. And this dude, I swear, is... yeah, the worst character design from a dream I've ever seen, and it was from this bizarre early 2000s movie called Access World. Very on the nose, sounds very similar to Axel World. And yeah, he was like Humpty Dumpty inspired, and there's this kid, and he's dressed in this weird way, and he was holding like this tiny kid named Jack, and like, it was a really bizarre story, and I kind of want to do something with it, but like, not the moment, because like, I already got so many characters I'm working on that like, maybe want to have more of them done, I might revisit it. But like, yeah, the concept was interesting. It was supposed to be like them, like some sort of isekai of sorts or something, I don't know, of just this kid traveling to some world where there's like fairy tales or whatever, but it's like kind of sci-fi-ish. In the community post that I made of this, I was kind of like, it was like Final Fantasy but for middle schoolers. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Like I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, the concept was really interesting. And then this is what the main character looks like. He kind of gives off Dragon Quest energy. And then here's the fucking stupid looking egghead kid. He's so ugly. I feel like if I ever do commit to the design, I'm gonna make it seem like I'm gonna be like, he doesn't look like that naturally, he's cursed. But in the dream he had a mom, and his mom looked just like it, and it was so ugly looking. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for him, but he looks so stupid but ugly and cute at the same time. It's just he's so goofy and happy looking. It's like adorable in a very weird and creepy and stupid way, and I love it. And then I was like, oh, what if egg, like what if he was an actual egg and I committed to him being an egg? I don't know, weird, just weird. These are the final 2 pages. This is an attack, or at least I might post it. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about it. But these were the mixed gene kids from like the last episode of Alien Stage. Yeah, so this was just like what they would look like if it was the main ships. So Mizusua, the girl, would probably be like this very cutesy character with a cute bob cut and pink hair, purple eyes. Cute kid. He's got like a lion mane for hair. Very fierce looking face with like really nice looking eyelashes and thick eyebrows. iconic. We love that. And then Ivan Till. So like initially I did have his hair be like gray, but then they added like sort of a black gradient to it, and it just looked so good that I was like, okay, I need this instead. So that's how he ended up. And Ivan Till Kid is like, he seems like he'd be more of like a edgy loner type, I guess. Like he seems like the type of person who plays guitar in the corner and be like really angsty, just still be cool, I guess. I don't know. And then this is like an attempt at drawing like others. Like this was Ivan with like some of the other characters, like Ivan Luca. Looks kind of okay. And then Ivan Sua. So like for Ivan and Sua, I wanted to make her look very ominous and creepy, but it just looks kind of goofy. Then for Ivan Huna, I really don't like how this face looks, so we're gonna ignore that. But it was like, I don't know, something. I feel like the only way to make sure that the Ivan gene comes through is if the kid's got that snaggletooth. So iconic. But yeah, so that's it for the sketchbook. Actually, I didn't bother to finish the rest of it because there wasn't many pages left, and I was just like, when it comes to sketchbooks, I really don't finish a lot of the time. I feel like I got a decent amount done, so this is a fun book, you know, a lot of good pages, very candy-like looking. I really love how each page was just covered with stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the sketchbook tour, and I'll see you quacks later.